A rare, rare sight, y'all. It's not often you see streets in Vegas this isolated, desolate. And I've never seen the Mob Museum to where you could just sit here and take a sweet pic. Las Vegas Lockdown Live. Take you out here in the middle of the Mob Museum, the road rather, Stewart Avenue. They got the tiles there. The Mob Museum. That's the old post office here in Vegas. And you can see up to the west we got some rain. That's the Interstate 95 is running right along there. That's Interstate 95. And then it interchanges south and northbound. North is Utah, south is California on the 15. There's some folks wandering. But for the most part, folks are just using these streets as a walkway or a drive-through to get to and from to avoid the freeways. But most of the time, these bad boys will be hustling, bustling. You can see old boy here got him a mask on, which I don't understand why non-sick people are wearing those, but whatever. So this here is, I don't remember what this cross street is. They changed a lot of stuff down here in downtown over the years. But basically what you got is, what's up? Don't do what?
It's private property.
This is private property?
Yeah, you can't videotape.
This street is private property?
Yeah, this is sort of old downtown green property.
You can't videotape down here?
Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a law or an
No,
ordinance?
that's not pretty much what he said. Like, I really don't care.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that ain't an ordinance. Because Vegas, the one place you can videotape wherever, except for in the casino, they get a little trippy there. But
Yeah,
yeah. So I'll be down here probably for like 5 minutes, then I'm cutting out.
yeah, but I was like, I really don't know.
No worries, man. Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. What's up, y'all? So, dude was telling me, he was like, hey, you can't videotape down here, but there's no law or ordinance for such things. That's just him saying what his boss told him. That's basically them saying probably they don't want people down here, which that's fine. I'll be here for a minute and then I'm cutting out. But let me finish my little walk here. So you got some kind of theater over there. I'm not real familiar with this area because I don't come down here. But I was taking some side streets and I figured this is my one and only time to actually get shots of this place without people running around and music and such. So that's kind of like a little side street. You see cops cruising around and stuff. But for the most part, they're just leaving people alone. Ain't nobody bugging nobody. I don't know what it's like where y'all are at, but in Vegas they kind of just leave people alone, which is nice. Anyway, we're gonna hop in the rig here and then go take a drive. I don't know how exciting this will be, but some people have said that they wanted to see some more Vegas stuff. So let me take this off of the let me take this thing off of the cradle. Ray Thompson, what's going on? Hey, somebody from over the pond has joined us. Let me turn my little things on so I can see them. There we are. Live chat, all messages. Yeah, I always forget to do that. Ricardo's family vlogs, what's going on? I'm gonna try and pull this thing off of here so I don't actually shut the stream off. All right, that worked out. Let me turn my ringtone down. Get that off of there. All right, I think we're back in business. All right, cool. So I'm gonna set you all up on here and then we'll go for a ride and we'll see what's up. Don't know what we're gonna find, don't know what we're gonna see. And hopefully everything's good wherever y'all are at. Enjoyed your drive up the strip the other. Oh, thanks. I wasn't really sure how people were going to react to that. Honestly, I know people like to see Vegas stuff, and I'm kind of over it. So I never filmed Vegas stuff before. Not really. But I figured since I'm leaving here shortly, I may as well just film some Vegas stuff, and I mean that's cool. So, all right, let's go take a trip. I don't know how many comments I'm going to be able to read while I'm driving, but we'll play it by ear. So, where's my seatbelt? What? What did you say? Where's my seatbelt? I don't know where your seatbelt is, bro, but my seatbelt's right here. It's on. Click it or ticket. That's the last thing I need is any excuse right now, because I'm surprised that I actually haven't had somebody go, why are you out, dude? The world's ending. Gotta disagree with your view on Circus Circus. We love it. Plenty of memories. You know what? I actually do dig Circus Circus. I know I kind of took a little jab at it for being kind of janky, but let's see. I gotta remember which of these streets are one way and which are the other ways. Yeah, this is a two-way. I actually do dig Circus Circus a lot. I like the old kitschy Vegas stuff, so that's why I like this area down here. The new big shiny stuff, not so much. I mean, it's cool, but it ain't old school. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm generally, my channel's for the most part clean, but I'm definitely not politically correct, nor do I intend to be, respectfully. See how some of these streets, they've changed over the years down here. I see a lot of dudes wandering around. I don't know if you caught those dudes off to the right. They were just kind of like wandering around filming stuff. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bust a right here, heading southbound on Las Vegas Boulevard off of Ogden. Now, this main intersection coming up here, this is Fremont Street. So to the right is like the Fremont Street Experience and all that stuff, where you can kind of go watch the laser show and all that. And they straight up, check this out. They straight up got that. They got that shut down. Like, so we're gonna cruise off into the zombie zone, as it's known, which they up. The dude who used to own Zappos, I think he sold Zappos. Anyway, so that dude bought up a lot of these buildings that were really falling on hard times. And Evil Pie. Yeah, it is quiet, man. See how everything's boarded up? Which leads me to believe, I mean, you haven't really had, I have not heard, it's closed up ahead. Oh, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I haven't been down here in a couple days. But, so right over here to the right, the Triple B, that place there with the blue deal, that's, the Delta Bombers are going to be playing a show in there, rockabilly band from Vegas. They're going to be playing a show in there on the 11th, I believe. Just the band and a couple sound people, and they're going to broadcast it live on YouTube and I think their Facebook. So if you like rockabilly, or if you want to check out a new band that you never heard of, or maybe you never heard them before, check them out. Off to the right, so they're going to be doing a live stream from that place, which a lot of bands are starting to do. Live streams, which is really cool. I mean, you know, there's crazy times going on, but I'm looking at all the cool stuff that may come out of this, like all kind of different types of industry or inventions, or people opening up their minds a little bit on how to run business. So there's probably going to be some cool stuff. This thing straight ahead to the right, which is right there, that giant praying mantis, that's Container Park. And that thing will blow fire out of its tentacles. See those little antennae sticking up there? It blows fire out of that. And then here, I think it's the old, not the Silver Slipper, I forgot what that one's called. It's one of the slipper casinos. But they take the old signs and they repurpose them. So this is kind of the arts district for Fremont area. I got a dude coming up on me with hazards on, so I'm going to pull over, catch a couple comments. Where's New York from where you are? I think it's about 3 miles south on the boulevard. 3, maybe 4 miles south. That would be the Flamingo, if I remember right. Trop? Flamingo? It's either Trop or Flamingo. I think it's Trop and Las Vegas Boulevard. So a couple miles south of here. Anyway, that's the new school Vegas. This is all the old school stuff. So we're gonna, since we came down here the other night, you can see this sweet signage, and they really did a great job rescuing it. Here's the Atomic Liquors joint in that nighttime Vegas deal that I did, driving the strip and then coming up here at night. You got to see that sign at nighttime. Whoops, sorry. Tried to zoom it in there a little bit. This whole courtroom's out of order. Anyway, so here's a daytime look at it. And we may even get out and walk around down here. I'm just not sure. I'm trying not to crash. Oh man, they got that thing blocked. But you see that? That's the Golden Goose, the old Golden Goose Hotel. And the goose just spins around there with the golden egg. Bunkhouse Saloon. Cool place to see shows. All kind of shows. Local band Rhyolite Sound plays in there quite often. The old Ferguson Motel on the left, and that's where the Life is Beautiful people do their thing now. As a matter of fact, let me, since there are no rules, let's do this. I gotta roll my window down. We might get a little noise because I'm wearing a hoodie, man. It's getting warm in here. So check it out. Check that thing out. That's crazy, huh? I think that's from like one of the Burning Mans. See if I go back a little bit further. What do we got here for? Oops, I missed some chats. Last time I was there during Red Flag at Air Force Base. I wonder if they're still doing Red Flag. You been in the kayak lately? No, I haven't been in the kayak. This is for Ricardo's. I haven't been in the kayak lately because I went to Yosemite with the intent of kayaking and doing things, and a lot of stuff was frozen up, and then we got all the shutdown stuff, so they booted us out of Yosemite, and it's kind of hanging on for things to do at that point. What else we got here? I'm scrolling through the comments. That's why I'm kind of gibbering. What else we got? All right, cool. I think I'm all caught up on comments. So that tractor trailer, I believe, was used at Burning Man. And a lot of the art that you see down here, the giant statues and stuff, it's Burning Man related. Not all of it, but a good amount. All right, now, cool motel there on the left. These are all run down like crack motels that they've really made look semi-healthy again. This is Fremont Street east of the boulevard, and you will notice a very distinct difference. But you still have the great signs down here. Now, there's a sign, if you all hang tight, I got to get down towards Boulder Highway, which is probably 2 miles from here. And there is a very special piece of Americana that I heard they reinstalled. It's always been my favorite one here in town, in Vegas, but they took it away, and I wasn't sure where it went. Well, they were refurbing it, and this thing is sweet looking. She is a sexy lady. Let me just put it like that. Here, a lot more foot traffic, a lot more activity goes on down here. You'll see some cool, getting a bad connection. Hopefully we're back now. Is the feed decent? Because my Sprint just tripped out and said reconnecting. We prefer the old Vegas, not driven as far as you are now. Yeah, this area down here, this is a place where Visitors usually don't go for a good reason. Unless you're looking for meth or you live down here, not a lot of locals cruising around this neighborhood. But what I've noticed is they've really taken care of some of the signs down here. I mean, they're sun beaten, but they're still there, which is cool. I mean, just this stretch alone. I mean, look at these signs coming up here on the left. These signs are phenomenal. I mean, that stuff right there, that is straight up signage goodness. Even the tire joints, you know, little janky tire joints, have some sweet signage on them. All right, let me see if old girl's down here now. Did they put her back? Oh, I don't see her. All right, we got to do an illegal U-turn. I don't know where she's at. Here, we're just going to randomly turn around in this parking lot. Whoop! I hear the coppers. You need a traffic ticket fixed? I know a guy. Yeah, man, those, let's stop and get a hooker. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. But I do dig all the old signs as well. Man, they didn't put her back. All right, so I don't know where she's at. It's called the Blue Angel. Just Google it. Oh, I found her. Hold on. Whoop. So we're dipping. All right, she's up here. She's not where she used to be. Get off this dude's bumper. All right, so it's the Blue Angel. There used to be a Blue Angel motel, and it was to the right of me in this old lot. And she stood there for a long, long time. I mean, this is old Vegas. You probably had Rat Packs folk down here, and Bobby Darin, and who knows, some action. Anybody who's been anybody in Vegas entertainment history is familiar with this, what we're about to see. I've never seen her this low to the ground, though. I always look bigger as we get closer. I'm like, oh man, I thought it was bigger. I got to figure out how to get in here. I'll park on a sidewalk if I need to. Try not to clip all boy right there. Dang it. Oh, there she is. We're coming back. Don't worry. We're coming back. I got to drop this rig here in this gas station, and we're going to walk on over. That's way too nice not to check out. Ain't nobody vacuuming. Ain't nobody vacuuming. All right. Come on, y'all. Let's go do this. All right. Handheld, old-timey style. That Pepe's Tacos joint across the street is bomb. Check her out. Whoa. I did not realize what. I wonder if they redid the face. That right there, man. That's a thing of beauty as far as signage goes. Man, that's. I don't know if there's another one of these in the United States. I've never seen one. Screenshot that. Get your wallpaper on. Minus Pepe's in the back, unless you want a taco. Man, that's pretty sweet. Let me flip. I'm going to flip the camera. Whoop. Does anyone have any questions before I get stabbed with a dirty needle? Oops, where we at? Anybody got questions? Anything you want to see? That's Boulder Highway over there. This is Fremont Street that comes down here, and then it connects with, it's like 4 streets right there, but that's Boulder Highway. That'll take you to the Hoover Dam. If you follow it long enough, you'll end up in Boulder City, Nevada. And if you're over there, go check out Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. As a matter of fact, you guys should follow Tom on Instagram. And they have also the YouTube channel that he has, because they have a weekly show that they do regarding things going on in the world of horror and at the Monster Museum. So it's very cool. You can also help companies out that way nowadays too, because a lot of them are closed. Any fast food places, whoops, what'd that say? Any fast food places, what? Open? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, there are a ton of them. Whatever you want, really. I mean, you name it, it's open. Vegas is an anomaly. I've told people this 1,000 times. Vegas does not care that the world's on fire. They just don't. They're doing whatever they want to do. They'd be working if they'd open things up. More people. I mean, like the pawn shop, you got like mom and pops, those are closed. Hubcap joint, you can't get a hubcap. You can wash your car. AM, PM right here. You see dudes grubbing money and stuff. So the gas stations are open. That Carl's Jr. is open. That McDonald's is open. You got Roach Coaches that are open. So anything food service related in this town, pretty much open. As a matter of fact, I just ate an In-N-Out just a little while ago because, you know, I need a few extra pounds, right? But I ate an In-N-Out. You just hit the drive-thru, that's all. And a buddy of mine drives for, what's it called, Uber Eats. And he's killing it right now. He's super busy. Let me put you all back on this thing. Hold up here. So my buddy that's driving for Uber Eats, he's slammed. I mean, he's working 10 hours a day and doing pretty well right now. And he just moved back here from Tennessee and Nashville-ish area, Chattanooga. Anyway, so things over there slowed down. But Vegas is the food pimp. They got it all. Let me turn this around here because I'm not going to be able to read comments while I drive. Let me turn you around. The smooth sounds of the car wash. You buy Hall & Oates. Ray, yes, I currently do reside in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am moving, however, should be by July permanently, other than coming back to see some family members that live, a granddaddy, as of just, all the days are blurry. I believe it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before. I should know these things. But anyways, so that's kind of why I've been hanging out, is I've been waiting for my grandbaby, and baby Noah is here, and praise God, he is healthy. And mama and daddy and everybody are in the hospital. We can't go see anybody in the hospitals, which is a bummer, but you know, everyone's healthy, so it's all good. And I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, you know, if we got folks that are older folks and other just folks that are, you know, in have physical issues going on right now, health-wise, and we, especially for them, I don't remember where this was, and I may have already shared it, but there was a husband and wife and their kids, and there was, I think it was their mom, either, you know, whatever, it was the grandkids' grandma. And so what they did was they couldn't go, she was in either hospice or a nursing home. So they said, hey, you know what? We're not going to let this stupid pandemic shut us down from actually going and loving on our family. So they went to the, whatever it was, nursing home or hospice, and they went to the window, and then they called the grandma that was in there, and they, you know, that they could see each other while they were talking. And yeah, it's a little weird, you know, kind of like are fantastic. So don't let a pandemic or economic downfall kill your joy. You know, tomorrow's got enough trouble of its own. Enjoy what you got today, and love the peeps you can love while you're still breathing. So this is basically, they ain't a lot of cool signs. We're getting back to the cool stuff. I'm going to cut off this road here in a minute. But I see it starting to sprinkle. That means that people in Vegas are going to start doing 360s in the middle of the road for no apparent reason, because they all lose their mind. Now, normally this area here is all mom and pop shops. You got a lot of little rinky-dink car lots and upholstery shops and stuff like that. So we're going to cut off up here. Coming up here on the left is the Huntridge Theater. And as a matter of fact, before I cut off, let me get over here. I want to give you guys a good shot of this. This is a historic building here in Vegas, but I'm also going to show you the sign for the Huntridge. It's like a strip mall. I don't know if you can see it. I just barely caught it. Anyway, there's the Stratosphere popping up over there in the distance. And there's that really cool Huntridge Center sign. Check that out. That's pretty sweet. So, if nothing else, Vegas has definitely grown my love of signage. Coming up here, we're gonna, for those who watch the Ghost, is it Ghost Adventure Show? I never get the title right because I've watched it like 3 times ever. And I think 2 of those times were for Bonnie Springs. Anyway, up here on the left is Zach Baggins', what's the full title of the place? Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum. So basically, here's Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum. And you can see they have security out there hanging out, doing their thing. Can't flip a UE from here. Let me see if I can back this up a little bit. Anyway, so that's Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum. No, I have not taken the tour in there. I did buy some merchandise, pins and some, I think some buttons and some stuff, just some giveaway stuff for Patreon folks. So if you're not familiar, I do have a Patreon, just patreon.com/aimlessadventures. I don't pimp it very often. There's also Spreadshirt. I think it's spreadshirt.com/aimlessadventures or aimlessadventures.spreadshirt.com, something like that. Anyway, if you want to help sponsor the channel, those are ways to do it. I don't expect anybody to do anything anytime, let alone right now. So I don't really pimp those things. I'm just happy folks of like minds can gather on YouTube and learn from one another and encourage one another. And probably the best thing, my favorite thing out of YouTube has been the people that I've met that are either other YouTubers or just people that have different talents, from, you know, folk art to music to whatever. Gold and Silver Pawn, you know, the Pawn Stars show. This bar to the right, that's Rick's. And then there's the pawn shop itself. And then, yeah, so that's probably a very popular place here. Usually the lines around the block to see that. Now we're heading north on Las Vegas Boulevard, back towards where we used to be. I'm just going to kind of show you the boulevard itself. Now a lot of this place on the right used to have cool concerts, but you can see that it's rough now. It's been toast for a while. But you do have you've got the old Nevada Supreme Court building, which is worth checking out, and I rarely get to see this building without a ton of people around it. So let me flip it. So basically up north here, as we're heading northbound, you've got your main hotels of the California, the Fremont, Four Queens, Golden Nugget. All those are up there. 2 red lights, take a left, and then you're on the Fremont Street Experience. All right, I'm now in a position where I can answer questions if anybody has any questions. Ray Thompson, you said yes. Did I miss? Were you reacting to something, or did you have a question? If you have any questions, just throw them out, and I'll do my best to answer them as I can safely do so. Hopefully, I don't know, driving down a one-way street. Oh man, see, all these streets are one-way down here. I always forget which ones are which. We'll get there. We'll get there. We just got to go around the block a couple times. Yeah, like check it out over here. All these hotels. What's that? The D. Something. There's a concert venue right there. That's normally popping. There's concert venues everywhere. Like all these little neighborhoods down here got some kind of gig. I think probably on any given weekend you have 3 shows down here going on, and that's not even including the hotels. So I wish these concert venues were around back in the day, man, when I was still doing music and stuff, because Vegas was not very friendly to punk bands and stuff like that. So now everything's in now because they're like they can make some coin off of it. Thank you to the interwebs. All right, so this is 3rd Street. This is just basically your business district area. You've got the court right there. And yes, I could run the red light and no one would care. But I'm going to make it down one more block, or it looks like 2 more blocks. Yeah, I got to go down 2 more blocks. And then I want to show you that old Nevada Supreme Court building, which is super cool. All right, we got 9 peeps up in here. Who's left? I've seen it get up to 11. And then, were you in a band? Which instrument? Yeah, I was in a lot of bands that no one's heard of, basically. High school, college years, and then I just did lighting. And I originally was a drummer. Actually, I played guitar when I was a kid in Florida, in South Florida. And then I sucked, and I realized I sucked, so I changed. And what happened is when I went to high school in New York State in a very small town of about 8,000 people. So when we moved from Florida back, we went to the Northeast. My aunt knew people that had instruments, and they would basically leave instruments over to the house and stuff. And long story short, I ended up teaching myself how to play the drums. So from a regular rock kit, jazz style, djembe, whatever. If you can pound on it, I can, usually get by with a couple different beats. But and then I was a singer in a couple punk bands, which you can suck at, because I did, and it was fine. But that was with like the New York music scene. And then I came out to Vegas, and I kind of just said, I'm done with doing that stuff. And then I did some lighting for local bands, friends of mine's bands around town, did lighting and sound. And then I got kind of tired of the whole scene. And, drunks and arguing and all kind of stuff. And cigarette smoke is what really, really kills me. I have a hard time breathing around it, so I don't miss any of that. I still to this day don't really like going into bars if they're smoky. I'd rather not even go. All right, so here's our turn. I don't know if I just ran a red light or not. All right, so check it out. Up here, I wonder if there's a place, emergency parking only. I wonder if we can park here. Yeah, I think we can, but there's parking enforcement there. I just don't know where I can park at down here. But let me check it out. Let me pop out of the vehicle here real quick. And I'll at least give us a look at the front of this building. It's the back that I want to show you. So it's a Nevada Court of Appeals. What's the question? We sing in the clubs in the UK. Oops. Oh man, pretty good. The smoking ban killed a lot of the night scene. Nice to sing in a clean club. Yeah, I bet, man. I bet. One thing I did notice about, especially if you play any of the wood instruments, the dry air out here, between going from a humid climate to a dry, you can jack them up. Like I have friends that play fiddle and stuff, and even their old like Gibson Gold Tops, any of those classic guitars, you really the humidity to the dry air kind of whacks them a little bit. But that's a pretty cool building. It's the back half that I want to see, but I don't know how to get there. I'm afraid if I park here that parking enforcement person's going to jack me. I'll tell you what. We got a pandemic on. Will they really ticket me? Guess we'll find out. Ah! Why you always gotta pee when there ain't no bathroom around? Alright, so hopefully old boy ain't gonna jack me. Is that building open to the public? I don't know, honestly. I have never been in here, and I don't know. Maybe there's some signage over here. Let's find out. What'd you say about American country? What was it? Oops. Where are we at? Love to listen to a lot of American country. It's more like rock nowadays. Yeah. Yes. Back in South Carolina, or pretty much anywhere you have bluegrass and old school Celtic communities is basically where the bluegrass came from. Ireland, Scotland, England, Wales. Let me see if I can get. I just had a Metro officer looking at me like, what the heck are you doing, bro? I don't know if I can get to see it from here. I got to flip around. But at the top of the building, there's a really cool, you can barely see it. See it up there? See if I can get back a little bit further. There's a dome up there that's really cool. But anyway, can't really see. There's a little bit of the dome. Anyway, I'm sure that's not too exciting. So you got buses running. This place here, this is one of the oldest buildings in Vegas. It was rough for a while, but they did a real nice job. That's an old school. And I mentioned it, I think, in my drive around vlog from the other day, live stream. Or no, it wasn't a live stream. That I saw Squirrel Nut Zippers in there. I didn't even know that band was still around, but all of a sudden they did a show there. And I think the show was free. So that was cool. But yeah, man, look at this. Is sweet. Hey. 6 feet, huh? 6 feet. They didn't care. They could care less. All right. Well, I'm sure this was a barn burner. Does anybody got? We've been going for 40 minutes, man. 40 minutes of driving around in circles. Do y'all have any questions? Anybody? Just an update. If all goes well, I will be in South Carolina in about a week. So, Anthony, over there in Anderson, if you're on here or see this, start thinking of stuff to do. And no, we ain't cutting your grass because I saw you just cut it. So, that's about it. All right, y'all. Rain's starting to look like it's going to be pushing down. If there are no more questions, I'm going to exit this thing, and I need to find a facility. No, I guess there's no more questions. Safe travels. 2:26 a.m. You ain't got nothing better to do than watch a chubby white dude walk around Vegas? All right, man. I'll see y'all next time. Until then, adventure on, all that stuff, and remember, whatever that sign says, oh, we can't camp. No sitting or no lying. Wait a minute. No lying, and there's a court right there. Different application, but still applies.